Okay, hello everybody. Thank you all for attending tonight's Senior Awards Night. I'm Mrs. Bird, of course, one of the counselors here at University High School. It's my 14th year here at UHS, and I still pinch myself that I get to work with some of the most amazing students and families. Now, normally I do not MC this event. I usually run the event. But in case you haven't heard, poor Mrs. Hickman is not well, and so she cannot be here with us tonight. So I will be the MC. Mr. Morgan as well is not here this evening. He is on a WASC visit. So again, we are missing two of our main people here at UHS. So I'm filling in the role. But since I run this event every year, and I have been for the last 14 years, I think I've got a pretty good handle. So just bear with me as we get through this together, because this is really about you seniors in the room. You've done some amazing things. You've been through amazing circumstances for the last couple of years. You're the only class that's actually had a full year at University High School, and now you're back again in senior year. So this event has actually been virtual for the last 2 years. So we're real excited that we can be back in person again with everybody. So this is a very exciting night. We get to celebrate our seniors' accomplishments, hear from our wonderful teachers and advisors, and share in their success tonight. We are able to recognize over 80% of our entire senior class tonight with at least one award, and that is a pretty great accomplishment. So the way this is going to work, our students are going to sort of be following along, so be sure, students, that you have a program or your parent has a program. If you didn't grab one, they're outside. But be sure that you are following along in the program to kind of see what's coming up. And if you sort of know that you are getting that award, just be ready to get up. Now we do have a couple of big groups that are being recognized. So we just ask students to please come to the front of the stage versus coming, the stage is pretty tight. And I'm going to be up here the whole time. So definitely we'd like the students to come here. The teachers will also be coming up to the mic to do their presentation and announcements and recognition. And then for our smaller groups, we do ask the students to come on stage, and then just when they exit to take the ramp along the back side. So, again, if you see your name on the screen, please quickly jump up here and run up, because you may not know, but even in the program, you're able to see which awards you're getting. It's got a beautiful picture of you, and so forth. So, in terms of certificates, so instead of passing out certificates all here at the beginning, we have a nice folder for every senior with the certificates they're receiving tonight inside. So at the end of the night, Mrs. Fernandez is back there at a table, and if you should have to leave early or something, you can definitely be sure to grab your folder on the way out. Okay. All right, so without further ado, let's get this party started. I have my Kleenex box here just in case, because I do get emotional when I'm dealing with some seniors that I've worked very closely with, but in case you need a tissue, feel free to come on up. All right, so to begin this evening, I would like to introduce the amazing Dr. Randall Cornelison for the Instrumental Music Award.
Thank you. Welcome. It's good to see everybody back. Hi, seniors. It's good to see you guys. Congratulations on a wonderful night celebrating your accomplishments. But we're going to start off with instrumental music. So all of you seniors who did counties or state honor orchestras or bands, why don't you guys come on forward? We'll start reading names. Let's see. We'll start with the Dakota State Symphony Orchestra. So please welcome to the stage Miss Emma Woodward, Miss Elsa Macias, and Miss Karis Gray. So in case you didn't know, we have the opportunity every year to participate in different levels of honor ensembles, and the Dakota State Symphony Orchestra is a state level event, so these performers had to submit audition tapes and go down and audition live to win seats. It was a wonderful event, and not very many, there was only one orchestra this year, so I think there's only 87 members or something, so from the entire state of California, 3 of our students were selected to participate. So give them a round of applause. Excellent job. We're going to have the next group come up then, so we're going to add to this. So the next group is the Casmet All-State Symphony Orchestra. Casmet is another organization, and in February, so let's see, Aria Delgado, Joseph Igot, and Emma Woodward's already up here. So in February, then the next level of orchestra comes forth, and this was actually held here in Fresno this year. It was a wonderful opportunity to have it located here in Central Valley, but again, it's a statewide event. More than, I think we said something around 2,500 students descend upon Fresno with all the honor orchestras, choirs, bands, jazz bands, show choirs, you name it, all come into Fresno and do a large gathering of music and also high-end performance. And so once again, we have 3 more students that were able to audition and perform that. So let's give these 3 students a round of applause. We're going to add to the list because we had county honor orchestras as well too. So if you're part of the county honor orchestras, come on up. This is Emma Woodward, Cole Sheldon, Elsa Macias, Joseph Igot, Bays Harris, Karis Gray, and Renzel Enriquez. Come on up. Give them a round of applause. Now, I do want to say, I know it's seniors tonight, but one of the really great things, or one of the most interesting things or neat things is, we had a total of 56 seats in honor orchestras for state and county ensembles this year for University High School. So that's a huge accomplishment. That's a ton of our students performing with these high-level ensemble members. But let's give our seniors one more round of applause for this. Go away. Now, I get the opportunity tonight, which I don't normally get to. I'm going to steal the thunder from Mr. Jones. At the end of the night, towards the end of the night, is when we do our department awards. And so, because the recipient of the department award this year has a concert to go to, heaven forbid, we're going to do that right now. And so, I want to introduce to you the recipient this year. This student has been part of the symphony orchestra since their freshman year. They have also participated in the... You shouldn't be bragging, it's not nice. They also participated in the concerto concert 2 of the years. They participated their sophomore year, which is the very last concert that we got to have before we went to on a recess, I guess we could call it, and then they also performed a concerto this year as well. This student has not only been one of the top performers here at University High School, she's also part of the show choir this year, has had the opportunity to play with Michael Bublé, with the King's Symphony Orchestra, she plays the Fresno City College as well too, all around, and I know that they're going to do amazing as they move forward. And I also believe that she is going to University of Tennessee, Knoxville. And if you haven't guessed it so far, Emma Woodward, would you please come up and accept... So one more round of applause as she exits the board.
I might have missed that if I let her stay on stage, but I felt bad to make her walk up and back. So next I would like to introduce Dr. Allison Moore to present our vocal music and drama honorees.
Chance to work with some fabulous renowned choral clinicians, and they made some new friends in the to go to these concerts and be surprised with the hundreds of students on stage who could have been selected. And there were our UHS students at microphones front and center. It was a really special and proud moment for me. So, would you join me in honoring these students? We will start with the California All-State Honor Choir. These students come on to the stage. These students participated in the All-State Choir program from all of California, though they did perform just as the orchestra members did at CASMIC here in Fresno. It was great to be able to see them. They went through a rigorous audition process and had to be selected from their online recordings and did a great job. So would you again applaud for Ethan Flores, Andrew Quinn, and Madison Warren. Our next group of honor choir recipients out and up. This was a regional honor choir. We called it this long acronym FMCMEA honor choir. So Patience Carvajal, come on up. Andrew was also in that group. Madison again in that group, and Allison Fanning, come on up. I'd like to mention that the students in the FMCMEA honor choir had to be nominated by me, and so I watched them very carefully in class. They demonstrated the highest level of performance. It was really a great honor to be able to give them the honor of passing them on with my recommendation to this choir. Once again, would you thank and applaud these students for their amazing work.
Department, so wonderful. And next, she is also going to be presenting on behalf of Miss McKnight. Unfortunately, she is in a show, and so she wasn't able to be here, but she really wanted to be here to honor those students that have been with her for the last 4 years for drama. So Dr. Moore, go ahead.
It's really nice to know that our amazing instructors are also active in the field, and that's where Miss McKnight is tonight. So I'm going to read a little script from her. Miss McKnight is unable to be here tonight to present these awards because she is at a dress rehearsal for the play on Remember Mama, where she is in the starring role of that, so go and see that. It opens this Friday night at Second Space Theater. The Phoenix Players recognition this year goes to 9 seniors who have been enrolled in a drama class with Miss McKnight for 3 or 4 years, and who have been involved in the Phoenix Players plays or a musical as a cast or crew member during their 4 years at UHS. I feel like I'm announcing at the Tonys. So these wonderful recipients come up when I call your name. Austin Bennett, Kylie Carr, Kendall Justo, Ryan Hammond, Holly Hickman, Quinty Huang, Grace Lott, Noah Miranda, Natty Tuodros. Whether it's from the stage or behind the scenes, is just tremendous. And they bring that artistry to them, with them in class as well on projects and many places that we encounter their artistry at UHS. So a big thank you to these students for your amazing artistry and congratulations.
So our next presenter to the stage is Dr. Larry Jarocki, who will be presenting both speech and debate awards, as well as awards from Fresno State's Young Writers Conference.
Good evening, everyone. Seniors, most of you have seen about this big on a screen in Zoom. It's nice to see all of you live. And a whole year on screen, it's nice to be back All right, speech and debate. I had to step into some big shoes 2 years ago, becoming the speech and debate coach. And I have to say, the people I'm going to bring up on stage made it very easy. They made it very easy because all I had to do was say, go out there and compete. They made their own speeches, they got ready by themselves. And I'm really proud to talk about the people who are going to be going to our state and national tournaments. So please come on up. Kimmy Antar, Felix Brent, Mark Macias, Joanne Moon, and JoJo Thomas. How many events did you win the Valley Championship in? Only 2? 3? Okay, so we have a 3-time Valley champion here. Joanne also. And so what we have is this weekend we have our state finals. We'll be doing it virtually, of course, but then also we have a couple of you guys. Raise your hands if you're going to the national finals in speech and debate. So once again, guys, thank you for making my entry into the speech and debate program easy. You're wonderful people. Thank you. Another hat I wear here on campus is I'm sort of the writing guy. We have a creative writing club, and tomorrow we're going to be going to the Young Writers Conference here at Fresno State, the 41st conference, I think, in a row. And so we have a number of people attending. They've submitted work. I won't find out until tomorrow morning if they won or not. So I can't tell you who won or not, but there's money involved, so I believe they do. And they like to write their teacher. But we have here, typically so, Nanny Trudros. Please stand up. I'll work on my time. So once again, thank you for being part of the Creative Writing Club, and let's hope we bring home some awards tomorrow. Okay?
All right, for our next group, I sort of call these students our football team at UHS. If we had a football team at UHS, it would be this group. And so these hardworking students just finished, I can't remember if it was the national exams, right? So the small school online national exams last week. We are so proud of these students and all the time that they put into studying for academic decathlon. It is my pleasure to present to you our national champion academic decathlon coach, Mr. Sean Canfield.
Thank you very much. Academic decathlon is a quintessential team sport, and so it's unfortunate that we cannot honor the entire team because it takes everyone on the team to bring about these accolades that I've mentioned. But this time on the team, we have 2 especially remarkable seniors on the team, and so Joseph Igot and Lydia Lynn, can you come on up? Joseph Igot is a 2-time member of this team, and he has brought about a lot of medals that are difficult to quantify in numbers and the like, but that includes finishing in the top tier of honor students in the county competition, and the most difficult of all competitions, bringing home a state championship medal against 84 other teams in the state. So congratulations to Joseph. I'm afraid I'm going to have to abbreviate the accomplishments of the young lady up here, Olivia Lynn. It's to take an extraordinary amount of time, but a couple of things that cannot be denied. She, as a junior, got the highest score of all time in county competition, and that She has won, now we haven't gotten results of the national competition yet, but I think maybe 60 individual medals now, at least, perhaps, but most of them's gold. And the amount of money she's brought home can certainly make a dent into that cost of Harvard this fall. And so, Olivia, I'll say a few more things. One, even though in her sophomore year we had an abbreviated season, she's probably going to set a new career record for most points scored with fewer opportunities to do so all time. But now, I must say this, I've coached active decathlon for 35 years, so I'm obviously quite the masochist in this. But I can proudly say I've never had a finer academic and would give them congratulations.
Notice how those students came to the front of the stage. They were ready. All right. So like academic decathlon, our next group also worked very hard and spent many weekends working on their projects. Our two teams had much success this year. Please welcome Mrs. Brenda Royce to the stage to introduce our science awards for Science Olympiad.
I actually have to shorten the mic. Never in my life. Except when you come after Mr. Canfield. Okay. We have two active teams at University High Science Olympiad. If you're unfamiliar with that, that means students work as a team of 15 to prepare 23 events across just about every area of science, technology, engineering, kinds of things. So, and we have both teams this year were able to take home the first and third place regional overall awards as a team, which is the first time that we've been in those two positions. We've had both teams taking awards as a team, but it's been a little while since we've taken first, so this has been a really good year for us in Science Olympiad. I would like to invite forward those whose names are on the screen. And as they come, the ones who are coming should be Juliet Fawn and Sarah Lee, who competed in chemistry events, and Patience Carbajal also came in taking chemistry event after spending other time on biology events in the past because we needed another chemistry event person. And so, and still brought home medals. Okay, and then we have Xinyu Zhao, who is in our physics events, and Ashley Ann Chen and Nick Emily all took awards on their events. We had good work with the engineering groups. We have Jet Li, Sam Loretta, Jaden Bang, Daniel Ulan, Joshua Thomas, all earned medals in the first, second, or third position for our regional competition. And of these, Juliet, Sarah, Ashley Ann, Nick, Jet Li, and Sam also competed in our Northern California state competition. I forgot to write this down. Who did Bridge? Yes, congratulate them. They got 6th place at North Cal. Okay, so thank you very much, and they do work hard. There is no way we can do a concerted, let's just coach the whole team at once, because like I said, 23 events. 3 coaches. Yes, thank you so much.
All right. So while other high schools have a full year class for yearbook, our students put together our awesome yearbook during the short time of our elective session, and the rest is all on their own time. These students work hard all year long to create a memorable yearbook for us. Please welcome Mr. Johnson.
Well, in most years, I would have a group up here to recognize for yearbook, but this year, almost our entire senior staff was comprised of non-seniors. We really only had one senior on our senior staff, but that person was incredibly important to making this year's book happen. So if we can have Mr. Ryan. Now, putting together a yearbook involves a lot of different types of jobs. And some people have to be good with graphics, creative, artistic, page design, cover design, a lot of different sorts of work go into this. But one of the most important jobs, of course, is taking pictures. We're going to look at a yearbook of ours and see how many photographs are in it, okay? It's several hundred. And you have school functions that have to be photographed as they come up, whether it's events in the courtyard or events off campus. And of course, every December, we have to get photographs of all the clubs, portraits taken. We've got a lot of clubs. It's a lot of work. Ryan, this year, was our chief photographer. Okay? He was the one who was responsible for taking more pictures than anybody else. And when we did the club photos in December, he not only took most of the pictures, but made the process far more efficient than it had been in the past when we had an outside firm coming in and doing the photos for us. Okay, we got them done more quickly and more easily this year. And so we're certainly going to miss what he brought to the program this year. And yeah, it was.
So when we changed the format of this awards program to honor only our seniors, we also decided to add this category because we know how much time and effort the following students put in to help make their school fun, our school fun, and exciting for their classmates. So please welcome our activities director, aka Mr. Bensley, to the stage to introduce our student leaders.
Do we know which one's going first? Senior class officers, go ahead and step up, please. And we'll honor you for your leadership this fall and winter and spring. It was difficult to kind of even imagine coming back without this group being as good as they were together, working together, and helping out ASB and leadership all around. And then just want to honor them. Devin Esselman, president. Muskan is vice president. Olympiad Lynn, I got to remember all their. I just know them as a group. Olivia Lynn is the secretary, treasurer. That's right, because yes, because we were counting money when she was gone. And Joseph is the secretary, and Daisy is the publicist. So I do have a little something because I really appreciate it. They really took on a lot. So.
So, what a year these guys have led us through. They were the backbone of all the activities that we produced and put on and had. I'm just grateful for the group of you, it's the juniors that were with us and things, but you guys. It was just going to be an interesting year to begin with, and then these guys just made it a lot easier. They did a lot of things that we didn't know that we could do. And so Cushy Strand is president. Jojo is treasurer. And I hope I have the honor of giving these seniors their first pin set for graduating.
So for these next awards, please welcome to the stage one of the most amazing counselors, me. All right. I can't resist. So I will be covering some of the various scholarships and the very prestigious accolade of the National Merit Award. So every year we get to pick one senior that we believe represents our student body, is a student that is actively involved in UHS clubs and activities, as well as a good citizen of our school community and the community at large. Daughters of the American Revolution is a nonprofit, non-political, volunteer women's service organization dedicated to promoting patriotism, preserving American history, and securing America's future through better education for children. Each student selected gets a small scholarship, as well as several certificates signed by various members of the state Congress. I am honored to recognize Ms. Cushy Strand, our ASU president, who was selected as our school's honoree. So when exploring college options with students, sometimes students are hesitant about choosing to come to Fresno State. However, once students realize that Fresno State, what it has to offer, several of them decide Fresno State is a reasonable choice to consider. With that choice, we highly encourage students to apply to their scholarships, especially the Smith Camp Family Honors College Scholarship and Lyles College of Engineering Honors Scholarship. These are both highly selective scholarships that many of our students end up applying for, but it's a very competitive process. The outcome of these scholarships is that they will have most of their four-year college education paid for. I would like to recognize the following students that were selected for these scholarships. We are very proud of them, and that most of these students will be continuing their college education here at Fresno State. So for our Smith Camp Family Honors College, we could have Kenya Attar come up, Alyssa Melton, Noah Miranda, Emily Okiatsu, Praise Coley, and Kate Richardson. And then for our Lyles College of Engineering, so we had Nick Ainley, John Herrera, Joseph Igot, Keelan Lukuja. It's like the girls versus the boys. So please congratulate them. This is amazing. Amazing opportunity. All right, this one I might need the tissue box for. The next scholarship is something new that we are doing this year. It is called the Rising Phoenix Scholarship. Mrs. Hickman and I spend a lot of time together, and we're always coming up with ideas. And so with this scholarship, we were thinking about students that could really benefit in receiving money for college. This one student this year really came to mind. This student has been through a lot these last 4 years and throughout her entire life, including being raised by a single parent, living in a doubled-up family situation for most of her high school years, riding the city bus just to get here each day, and jumping over many financial, academic, and emotional hurdles along the way. Not to mention, she came from one of the most lowest-performing middle schools that feed into our school. And she was one of the only students from the cohort of her middle school that made it through UHS all 4 years. Through it all, this student keeps a smile on her face, has a positive attitude, and has maintained above a 4.0 cumulative grade point average. At our last staff meeting, I came with an envelope, and I asked our staff to donate any money in their pocket for the student. Our entire staff gladly contributed cash and Venmo to me, and with that said, I was able to collect $1,000 from our faculty for this student. I'm so very proud to recognize Ms. Layla Vasquez as our This last scholarship award I will be presenting is the National Merit Award. So the National Merit Scholarship is a nationwide corporation sponsored by scholarship based on the academic performance of students that take the practice SAT, the PSAT nationwide. Out of 16,000 semifinalists and only 6 students from the Central Valley named, this UHS student met all the requirements to advance as a finalist. 2 finalists standing. So I'd like to recognize one of my favorite students and seniors, whom you've been seeing a lot and will continue to see a lot on this stage tonight, Miss Olivia Lynn. And all the interesting topics they talk about. It's quite an honor to be chosen to be part of this special group. Here is Mrs. Shauna Hill to tell us more.
Parents, it is a joy to get to present the Senior Honor Commissioners to you tonight. What not a lot of folks maybe realize is that while many of these clubs and organizations, students get to just either volunteer to be a part of or they choose to join in, the Honor Commission students must be first peer nominated for being recognized as having the qualities of being understanding, honorable, and studious. And then after they've been peer nominated, their names are sent to grade level team teachers, and the teachers choose the top 3 from each grade level who really stand for what it is both in our classrooms, as well as in our hallways, as well as in our community at large. So I would like to welcome our honor commissioners to come up to the stage. Please, seniors, you know who you are, come on up. Parents, if you get to claim one of these amazing young people as yours, then I congratulate you as well, because it takes something different, to take something special to raise young men and women of character who stand for what is right because it's right, not because it's what's popular, not because it's what's easy, but because they value what it means to care for each other and to care for their community and to value their integrity and and to value their core of who they are. So thank you. Please congratulate these fine young men and women. Both been on this team all 4 years of their participation in all 4 years, and they have to go back into the running for that every year. It really says a lot about them. So thank you for helping me honor them.
So I am happy to introduce my counselor partner in crime as the next presenter. Here is Mrs. Rocio Fernandez to introduce the Advanced Placement, Golden State Seal, Biliteracy Awards, and the President's Award for Academic Excellence. So these are larger groups of students that will be honored, so if some could come on the stage and then primarily come down here at the bottom, that would be great.
All right, good afternoon. So I'm here to recognize exceptional students who have demonstrated outstanding college achievement through our AP exams. So I know a lot of you are nervous for next week and the following week because we're preparing for our AP exams. But as many of you know, our AP program is an essential part of our curriculum here at UHS. So these AP courses mimic college level work, and the students have the opportunity to gain college credit by taking AP exams at the end of the academic year. Students push themselves to achieve at the highest levels by enrolling in these courses and working hard throughout the year. So the following awards are designed to recognize their hard work and dedication. So my first group is the AP Scholars. Can I please have my AP Scholars come up? Is granted to students who receive scores of 3 or higher on 3 or more of their AP exams. One more hand for that, please. Okay, my next group is AP Scholars with Honor. This award is granted to students who receive an average score of at least 3.25 on all AP exams taken and scores of 3 or higher on 4 or more of their exams. Okay, lastly, my AP Scholars with Distinction. So this award is granted to students who receive an average score of at least a 3.5 on all of their AP exams and scores of 3 or higher on 5 or more AP exams. These 2 young ladies here scored 5s across the board on all of their AP exams. Great accomplishment. Thank you. Congratulations. This year, because Mrs. Hickman's not here, I also have the honor of explaining the Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. So students that receive this award have shown mastery of the high school curriculum and will also receive a special insignia that will be placed on their diplomas. These qualifications for this honor has changed over the years due to the change in state testing and more difficult requirements. So students need an 89% or above in both semesters in each of their 4 core areas, which are English, math, science, and social science. A passing score on AP test or a met or exceeded score on SBAC test for a total of 6 qualifying scores, which makes for a very complicated process. However, tonight we have 79, which is 70% of our seniors that qualify for this award. Great job, seniors.
We would like to just stand, students, so
foreign language courses at Fresno State, where one semester is equivalent to a full year at the high school setting. Most of the students recognized here have completed 4 semesters of a single foreign language class at Fresno State. Several students completed 2 years of Latin at UHS, followed by 2 additional semesters of Latin at Fresno State. So for many of these students, they have already satisfied their general education requirement when they go to college. Tonight, we recognize 23 students and their work learning in Spanish, Italian, Latin, Japanese, Chinese, and French. Can I please have 23 students stand up? Okay, finally, I would like to recognize the recipients of the President's Award for Academic Excellence. This is a new one. The students that receive this award have a 4.0 GPA and their, 4.0 GPA. Their certificates are signed by the President of the United States, Joe Biden, and the Secretary of Education, Dr. Miguel Cardona. We have 61 seniors, again, over half of our senior class that qualify for this award. Awesome job, seniors. Can I please have you guys stand up? Thank you for your hard work and dedication. Congratulations.
It's just such a small stage and area. I hope you all don't mind that. So we can always pull things up and maybe take pictures on stage afterwards. Okay, so this next group I'm getting to present, again, this would be Mrs. Hickman presenting this award. But these students have a special place in my heart because I actually received this award when I was in high school. And I'm talking about perfect attendance. So students that have perfect attendance are actually pretty rare, okay? The following students have perfect attendance for the spring semester of 2021, so spring semester, and fall semester of 2021. That means they were in class every day. It's a good thing we're not counting this spring semester since just about every senior participated in senior ditch day at the beginning of the month. So, good job. All right, so I would like to have these students come up. Y'all here, please come on up. Okay, so we're not going anywhere yet. I would like these 2 people to step forward. Noreen Lopez and Keelam Muatula. Okay, so Noreen technically almost had perfect attendance all 4 years. However, her sophomore year, she missed her TA period for 1 day. Like just that TA period. And she was there the rest of the day, but she missed that 1 period because I think it was something you didn't know. Like you were supposed to be there. Someone told you that you didn't need to go, so you did go, and then you got marked absent. Yeah, so. But also, get this. She has not had any tardies in 4 years of high school. Not late once. And you guys know how Fresno State traffic operates. Okay? So, I just want to give Noreen a huge round of applause. So for Keelan, he actually does have perfect attendance all 4 years. That means he's attended school over 720 days, never been absent. And it's my understanding from his dad that he has not missed a day of school since kindergarten, like K-12 we're talking. That's over 2,300 days of perfect attendance. You are a superstar. did something. I'm like, I just can't sit without getting this guy something. So I went to Ace Trophy, and I had them make you this cool star trophy. It says here, perfect attendance star, Kilam Muno Tua, University High School 2022. Thank you so much. All right, so next we will present the California Scholarship Federation Awards. CSF is the oldest scholarship institution in California. This group has been going strong for almost 100 years. When Mrs. Carrie Roach took over this year advising CSF, we adjusted this program to highlight not only our seniors, but also give away some money for college. So after she introduces our lifetime CSF members, we will be pulling the names of 5 students to win a $200 scholarship. All right? Okay, so Mrs. Roach.
The California Scholarship Federation, known as CSF, is a statewide honors organization whose purpose is to recognize students who have demonstrated outstanding academic achievement and citizenship. This is not an automatic membership and is only granted to those who have submitted their applications and qualified for membership. A life member, or seal bearer, is a student who has earned at least 4 semesters of membership based on grades and community service earned in 10th through 12th grades, with one of the semesters based on senior grades. Students who are life members receive a CSF lamp pin, a gold seal on their diploma, and they have earned the gold cord to be worn at graduation and are designated in the graduation program. Each seal bearer has shown that they are not only dedicated, disciplined, and diligent, but also service-minded individuals. Congratulations, CSF seal bearers.
Mrs. Roach will be giving you your checks probably 2 weeks from now. So bear with us, we don't have them today, but you'll be getting them. All right, who do we have? Robert Abate. You have to stand. I think you have to. Oh, Emma Woodward. Jet Lee. Ryan Long. Last one. Jesslyn Chippa. Alright, so those 5 of you will be getting a $200 scholarship. We will make sure to get these to you in 2 weeks. So, very exciting. Okay, show of hands, parents, who went to our awesome Phoenix Fling last month? Even students, I know some students were there. Everybody, show of hands, yay! All right, that event is put on by Phoenix Alliance, our parent group. Let's give them a round of applause for their never-ending support. So these next awards are actually sponsored by the Phoenix Alliance, which actually started as the Bank of America Awards. Bank of America, the actual Bank of America, would actually allow us to pick students, and they would give them scholarships every year. But they folded, and we're no longer doing this. So luckily, the Phoenix Alliance decided, hey, we'll pick up where Bank of America left off. And so they started awarding and recognizing our top students from each department. So our department chairs work together to decide on the recipients of these awards. We have so many wonderful students. You can imagine what this looks like when we are trying to figure out who these awards are going to go to. I would like to welcome to the stage Mrs. Barbara Rogers, our Phoenix Alliance president. to help present the awards to our students. Well, our teachers were going to do that. Yeah, you can come stand by me. Come stand by me. We don't get to rehearse this, so, this is how it goes. So our first Phoenix Alliance Award is from our PE department, Mr. Garrett Bensley.
Wow, this is twice where I get to surprise them. That's awesome, thank you. Normally I go last and they always know who gets the PE award. So, Mr. Hagan and I were discussing this subject matter, and it's, again, going to be interesting because this is probably the most athletic senior class, any class, senior, junior, sophomore, whatever, that we've had here at UHS, definitely in the last 10 years, it's ever. You guys are the most athletic. You've won more championships. Well, you've participated in more sports than anybody else. But it's not just about the sports. It's about how you do in class and your performance in class, your fitness, your nutrition, all that kind of thing. And there's two seniors that just kind of like, wow, when we came back together. And after the hiatus of the year and a half off, Mr. Hagan was like, wow. And these two students, they worked. Some of the COVID online stuff was they did it from their bed. We saw their foreheads, we never saw the bodies. And then when they came back, these two students were physical specimens, and they worked hard while they were out. And I would like to introduce Anouk and Upek.
Give them a round. All right, next we will hear from the Foreign Language Department. This is Elizabeth Downer.
Just to kind of start off a little bit, just to talk a little bit about our class and some of the accomplishments of this student. When I would teach really difficult topics like absolute phrases, the absolute absolute specifically, this student would listen to explanations, try his hand at a few, and then would freely ask questions until he really understood the material. He was also very willing to assist other students who were having trouble. While his demeanor is both humble and self-effacing, he really understood that his strength was working with and quietly leading other students. It's also very noteworthy that in 7th period that year, no matter what group the student was sitting in, people would drag chairs over or around to try to be able to work with him. And I think this says an awful lot about his character and his integrity. Going on after 2 years of life, he was taking both lower and upper division Greek courses at Fresno State. And it's really important to understand, while French 1A, Spanish 1A, all of those 1A classes are really important, an upper division language class, or an upper division class in general at Fresno State, you are supposed to be a third-year college student. So the fact that this student was taking a course like this as a junior in high school, or a senior in high school, is really, really remarkable. It is with great pleasure that the Latin Department gives our award to Cole Sheldon.
Mr. Sean Canfield will present the Phoenix Alliance Award for the Social Science Department.
sighted, so that's why I have glasses on. Every year, the department chairs meet to decide which students should be recognized with Phoenix Alliance Awards. And this is no easy task where there are invariably many talented and deserving recipients for these awards. At times, it has been contentious, and in a sense, that is a good thing. But we do take this task very seriously. For the social science department, we like to recognize students who not only challenge themselves within the department by taking all 3 of the advanced placement courses offered, but who also seem to be genuinely interested in our nation's heritage and current events and the possibility of future civic service. Given this criteria, this year's selection was an easy choice, as you probably already got a hint. It's Kushi Strand. First, I appreciate the choice. As important as having met our basic criteria has been, the most important criteria has simply been the work ethic. When too many students and adults will find ways to avoid work responsibility, we find that money has never failed to deliver in spite of a workload most of us would find daunting. I also hear that she's pregnant. Hi, Dr. Baker. So you might want to ask her about that. And in fact, she is an inspiration. The University High School Social Science Department is proud to recognize Kushi Strand as this year's recipient for Phoenix Alliance Award.
It's my pleasure to introduce my high fitness partner and colleague, Miss Michelle Hayden, to present our math recipient. Just kidding. I guess it's Mrs. Royce. All right, Mrs. Royce will be introducing the Science Department Awards.
So because of the nature of the physical sciences versus biological sciences, and the fact that we have top students who tend to go one direction or the other, sometimes they're straddling both, our department does issue 2 awards here, one for physical science and one for the biological sciences. Yeah, I have a list of things these students have done. We are looking for students who not only do really well in our classes, and usually they do well across all of our science classes. They also typically are doing well in their math classes, but usually they're also doing well in practically every other class they take, because they are academically very strong students. So, physical science. This year's award winner has been involved in Science Olympiad for 4 years in the physics events, has diligently worked on construction events, for physics, things that included designing, doing engineering components that went with the physics, such as building a detector for salinity, building a detector for temperature, building a Wi-Fi antenna, and doing really well. He's spent hours in my classroom testing and testing and testing. But he's also been seeking out outside enrichment in science, and I think you might find a theme here. He was involved in the Center for Talented Youth for doing high school physics, special relativity, AP physics. He was in a summer program in England, reached Cambridge during the spring of his 9th grade year, learning particle physics and astrophysics. He has taken this year Physics 4A, Physics 4B, both calculus-based majors courses, Math 77, an independent study course in physics for 2 semesters, and computer science introduction to programming. Been really fascinating to listen to some of his personal projects at home that have included building an exoskeleton robotic arm, which I have actually seen in action, and building his own cathode ray tube. So, seniors know who I'm talking about. Seniors out, come on up.
best dance moves I've ever seen in
I wasn't even sure how one person can take that many courses at Fresno State in 1 year. Next is biological science. And again, this is a person who has excelled in our classes, straddles biological, physical sciences, social sciences, just kind of a very broad, really bright, sharp mind on things, and has been involved in Science Olympiad for the last 2 years, taking down first place awards and top, always medaling in every single event, including first place awards. She was in my inaugural How Do I Do This online elective class that I did with a science research course last spring during our spring session, and was working on honing a submission for a paper that she was going to submit for publication on drug use, congenital syphilis, and poverty in California. She is published in the Pre-Collegiate Global Health Review, Redlining in the United States, that goes to Jim Crow in Modern Health. She's done research for a needle exchange program between Fresno and Kern counties through a UC Davis Department of Public Health Services on the effectiveness of the needle exchange program. And those results were published in the International Social Science Convention for Youth. She has 2 op-ed articles on health and climate change. I've read the one on climate change and her observations as a backpacker. And she is, this all took public health 40, contemporary health issues. Was involved for 4 summers at the Center for Talented Youth, including courses in psychology and chemistry, and was a co-founder of the All of Above Club that helps students across California in a club explore how to become conscientious citizens for social issues. Would you please welcome Juliet Fong? Yeah, I had to do a little research to get all that put together because I knew about it. I was like, I remember the details. But they're all written down. Thank you so much.
Just be sure it's the right slide now. Okay, this is Michelle Hayden for our Math Department Award.
Well, I do have to say that every year it is always one of those secret deals that happen when you find out that we're supposed to talk about these awards at the DC meeting. So we always have this little email exchange back and forth to see who wants to choose who. And sometimes there's some fighting that happens in the DC meeting. So a little bit of arguing too about who gets to choose their certain person. So tonight, the math department is giving this award to an amazing individual. This student is caring and is always willing to help others. During Zoom classes, the student was always attentive, had their camera on, and was a participant in class discussions. This student is hardworking and strives for excellence. This student will be the first person in her family to graduate with a STEM major and the first person in her family to become an engineer. This student has taken Fresno State math classes, Math 77 and Math 101. This student has also earned many awards participating as the team captain for our academic decathlon team. She balances out her day by going to the gym and participating in high fitness classes. Also participating in our Zoom high fitness classes. It is with great pleasure that the math department awards Olivia Lynn. Thank you so much.
All right, let's welcome back to the stage Mrs. Shauna Hill for our English Department Phoenix Alliance.
I'm going to teach foundations of writing and reading comprehension, analytical thinking, critical thinking, and quite frankly, by the time our students are seniors, they're a lot taller than when I had them. They're a lot more grown-up looking when I had them, and they're academically different than I knew them. I knew them as beginning learners, and now they would have an awful lot to teach me. So I reached out to our junior and senior level English teachers, and I said, who's on the top right now? Who do we love having in our class? Who is absolutely achieving above and beyond what we would hope and what we would expect of our students at UHS? And this is what they had to say. Though the student rarely raises her hand in a discussion, if you do call on her, she'll always have a right and insightful comment to give. In Dr. Jarafi's class, she was a go-to student when the rest of the class might be flailing around a little for an answer. She's also a gifted writer, one who will wow you both with her ideas and with the language that she uses to convey them. Simply put, she's the kind of English student that teachers want in their classes. Please help me congratulate our English Department Award winner, Avery Scanlon.
Certainly least, Mr. Gerard Jones will introduce his awards for drama and the music department.
It is so great to be together again and to see everybody out there, to see the seniors, and we're all graduating and musicianship one. I also want to say that it is just so rewarding for me and amazing to work with such an incredible faculty as Kate McKnight and Dr. Allison Moore and Dr. Randall Cornelison, along with you students who were able to pull everything together and not miss a beat after being online, which let's face it, online basically is not rehearsals. And they were able to just do amazing things. If you attend their performances, you know how just jaw-droppingly awesome they have been. And so we are really, really proud of what students have accomplished, what our faculty has accomplished, and it is fallen upon me as the department chair to present awards. And so we'll start with our vocal music award. And of course, all of what we do are team efforts, but this student has distinguished himself in terms of just doing so many things that forwarded the program and encouraged others, inspired others, and kept everything together in so many of the multifaceted skills that it takes to produce a quality performance in vocal music, that we are extremely proud to present this Vocal Music Award to Grace Lawrence. And then for our drama award, you know, it's easy if you go and you audition for a play and you know, that's easy. You step up and you're excited, you want the lead, and you go and participate. It's another thing if sometimes you do get a wonderful role, but other times you don't. And that instead of just saying, well, I didn't get the part I was looking for, and so you just walk away. A true thespian looks at how else they can help. And behind the scenes, they get back and they help. They help with building sets, they help with building the stage, they help with coaching other students, they help with makeup, all of those skills and all of those arts that go into creating a wonderful masterpiece of theatrical theater. And this person is one of those people who has been involved in every single production we've done and worn every single hat that you can wear in those productions. And so we are honored to give the Drama Award to Ms. Allie Hickman. Just to add a personal note, it's when Allie was in my musicianship class, she actually had a hat made that said Jones's favorite idiot. All of you know what that means. So anyway, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for bearing with us. We are almost finished with this wonderful night of awards and recognition. But before we go, obviously there's many people to thank that make this happen. One including my husband, Mr. Bird, back there, our amazing tech guy. My tech guy. He was the one that put together, of course, our Prezi. He also helped me build the slideshow that if you miss, it's okay. We will have that up and running here at the end. We had 75 seniors actually submit things, but you had to submit. So if you're like, why isn't your stuff up there? Did you submit? Ask your child. Because if they didn't, then they're not up there. But we put these together. And they will be shown again, the slideshow at baccalaureate, as well as graduation if all goes right. We're trying to get a big screen at graduation if that happens. But also there's some other people I'd like to thank. Mrs. Carrie Roach, who's now our CSF advisor, helping us organize this event, or joining me to help organize this event, and getting the little buntinis. In fact, please be sure on your way out you grab those if there's any left, because we do not want them in the office, okay? And if you've been in our office, it's a disaster zone, so we don't want to clutter it up any more than it is. I'd also like to thank Mrs. Fernandez, Mrs. Hayden for helping me run around, picking up things today, and helping out as well outside with setup. Also Dina Klein, who is our office assistant. She put together the program for us this year. Usually I have to do it. It was nice to say, could you do this? And so she was a great addition to our team this year and really helped out with that. As well as Ellie Palomo, who's our registrar, and her husband. They were helping with setup and helping us get things over today. Also our teachers. I am just so lucky to work with some of the most amazing teachers that give their time selflessly and go over and beyond for our students. I just feel like we need to give them a round of applause too. I think students, it's time to show some appreciation for your parents for all the support, the rides to school, the help on projects, the coffee. So yes, lastly, also too, I would like to remind you to keep checking our website. So this is just the start of our senior events. So next up, be sure you're checking the bulletin for our other upcoming events. We have a lot of exciting things. It's a busy time of year between the AP testing that's starting next week. But also, too, we have lots of fun things: talent show, field day, baccalaureate, graduation. So lots of things. So please be sure that you're checking our bulletin for dates, parking codes, all that fun stuff along the way. And then make sure, students, on your way out that you do stop by that desk to see Mrs. Fernandez to grab your certificates, your folder of certificates. But again, thank you so much. Thank you for coming and being here tonight. I know you were busy, but this was a great event to just honor our seniors and all the amazing things that they've done in the last 4 years. And it's going to I'm going to have to bring this box with me to graduation because It's just, yeah, the students are amazing, your parents are amazing, and I'm sad to see this class go. It's too short. So thank you so much, and feel free to grab more refreshments on your way